Well, good evening, softball fans. From Newton Falls, Ohio, I'm Eric Thompson alongside
Mark Baker.
Mark Baker is here, and we'll do the game together tonight for you. It's 5 o'clock, 79 degrees, winds out of the southeast at 10 miles an hour. It is a great evening for baseball. And up first, number 23 for Berkshire. Shows bunt, tips it off for strike one.
Geez, it's such a pretty day today. I almost don't know how to act.
Well, this is the second one of the season. The first one was yesterday.
Isn't that the truth? I had to finally get to put away the snowball suit, snowman.
Counts 0-1. Sophie Tavarich on the mound. Sierra Berman at the plate, waving the stick. Pitch comes in to swing and a miss. Quickly, Tavarich is out 0-2.
I'm gonna expect Sophie to really get off to a fast start today. After last night's game, I expect her to really pound the strike zone today.
Yeah, she struggled last night, late in the game especially. Got to a lot of full counts and throwing a lot of pitches that tires you out.
I think we'll see mental overpower, and she'll bounce back today, as well as many of her teammates behind her. You know, the long weekend off, the prom, lots of distractions going on, and now you can just see the faces of the players right now that it's down to business time.
Tavarich's 1-2 delivery is a swing and a miss, and the first out of the game is recorded.
And you know, for the Tigers too, they were riding probably at 11, 12, maybe 13 game winning streak there for after.
Yeah, it was nine games straight, and they hadn't lost at home at all.
And I kind of think sometimes, you know, a loss right before the tournament really.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe humbles you, gets you back to basic.
Maddie Triscutt, wearing number 7, batting right-handed, comes to the plate. Holds off on swinging at that one, evening the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Another swing and a miss.
Some changes there in the lineup a little bit. I'm not sure the batting order for the Tigers, but we have Ashley Harvey behind the plate. I wouldn't be surprised to see Danny Drake in there at some point today as well.
That one's low, gets away from the catcher. Count goes to 2-2. There's a called strike 3 from a veteran umpire. Only the veteran umpires will get the assignment in tournament games, and that's where we are with Berkshire coming in all the way from Burton, Ohio.
I know out there at first base we have Gary Jennings, and he's a proven legend. He's been around a long time.
Well, when you call them a proven legend, that means they're over 60.
And Mr. Jennings out there, I know he does volleyball and does basketball.
Basketball's tough, a lot of running.
Oh, yep.
Catches the
got it right
pitches
there on
inside
the
to the left-hander and catches her on the elbow. She waits till she gets to first base to allow the pain to show. She steps off the bag. Time is called.
Yeah, that one's going to leave a mark
She's
there.
going to rub her elbow for a few minutes. Coach is going to head over to check on her.
I'm expecting this to be a good battle between Berkshire and Newton Falls this afternoon. Berkshire coming out of I believe the Chagrin Valley Conference up there. You know, play a really tough schedule. A lot of big schools up there in that direction. I'm sure they probably had schools like West Yaga and Kirkland, teams like that in their schedule. And I'd be willing to bet that they're a better team than their record has maybe showed.
Well, Julia Ceresi seems to have recovered nicely. She's at first base, ready to run to second. Brings to the plate Cam Leggett. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch there
for Leggett.
Perhaps that rise ball, maybe high fastball. That one really had a lot of heat on it.
Tavarich's 0-1 delivery. Off the plate for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Sophie really gets into that groove, and when she's really into her game, you'll see her not waste much time. She'll get to get to her mark, get the sign. She's ready to throw.
There's a ground ball that gets past the second baseman into right field. Advances the runner from first to second. Leggett is safe at first. So with runners at first and second and 2 outs, that brings to the plate Jenna Hornback. Jenna brings a big stick and a big strike zone to the left side of the plate. With runners at first and second, Tavares' first pitch comes in over the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, Berkshire got a little bit of something going here in the first inning right away. Little ground ball right in between on the right side there, in between the two. Just perfect placement for that ball.
Next pitch is high. Counts 1-1. There's a foul ball that goes out of play on the third base side.
I find it fascinating as kind of a student of the game how different coaches use different methods to call their plays or call their pitches and things like that. Their wristbands to hand signals, all kinds of different things you're seeing now in the game.
It's a swing and a miss.
And
the third out is recorded after 1/2 inning of play. The score is 0-0 on both sides. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back for the bottom half of the first inning. Berkshire brings to the game in Newton Falls tonight a 6-11 record, where Newton Falls is 12-4. First pitch is fouled back.
Chloe Butler there at the plate has really, as of late, been hitting the ball really well. She's not having many breaks. She's hit a lot of balls right at somebody's glove lately, but look for her to get the inning started here.
The 0-1 pitch comes in, and it's she gets jammed a little bit, pops it up, little blooper to the shortstop for an easy out, easy catch. Got jammed on the inside part of the plate.
Joelle Hood, the number 2 hitter for Newton Falls. I believe she's batting right around about .430 on the season right now. And she's even been on a stretch where everything she's kind of hit's been right at somebody.
First pitch inside to Joelle Hood. Number 11, Cam Leggett on the mound for Berkshire. With 1 out, the 0-1 delivery comes into Hood. And she pops it up down the third base line, and it's foul and out of play. She falls behind in the count.
Joelle, one of these players that just has that mental routine, that same routine every single time. Going to step out of the plate, take a couple swings, look at the swing, get the sign from the coach, and she's ready to go.
1 ball, 2 strikes as she lets that one go by a little bit over the outside corner of the plate. With 1 out, she stands back in for the 1-2 delivery. Pitcher checks the signs and comes at her. There's a ground ball down the third base side that goes just barely foul before the bag. Count remains 1-2.
Good battle here for Joelle. Got down on the count early a little bit, fouled a couple pitches off now.
Berkshire's coach is giving signals to and instructions to the catcher, who gives them to the pitcher. And apparently they worked, as that low fastball comes in and is swung on and missed.
Yeah, a
for
little
the second out.
uncharacteristic of Joelle. Try to go down and get that one.
Number 12, Emily Knight, comes to the plate. Batting right-handed. Berkshire's pitcher Leggett winds up and delivers a high ball.
It's just nice to see so many of the Newton Falls hitters. They just have that mental routine every time. You can probably see it on camera. You know, a lot of them like to stare at the bat, or they have their own little thing that they like to do as they're playing the play in their head before it happens. You watch Emily; she'll take her swing right before she gets back in the box. She'll stare at that back, using visualization right there, probably talking to herself.
The 1-1 delivery comes in, and there's a swing and a miss. Strike 2.
The Berkshire pitcher, she's done well so far.
Counts even with the high inside pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. Leggett's delivery is a called strike 3. And that's 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. At the end of 1 complete inning, zeros all around. We'll be back in just a moment.
We'll have
Jenna Hornack grabs a bat for Berkshire, takes the first pitch swinging.
should be the 6, 7, 8 batters up for Berkshire here at the top of the second.
Yes. The 0-1 delivery's outside. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, I was mentioning earlier, I was kind of fascinated by how some different coaches use different signals to call their pitches and call their plays. If you're up to date on the game, like if you watch the Olympics, there's a big push to do away with armbands and things like that to try to speed the game up.
That's a called strike to even the count. 2
Believe-
balls, 2 strikes.
I believe that they're pushing for that at the NCAA level, and I think you'll see at the professional level that they're trying that out this year. They actually have a shot clock.
There's a high fly ball in the infield just at the edge of the dirt.
Emily Knight with a put out there, got underneath that pretty quick, fighting the sun as well.
Lana Beach, the batter. Lana comes in to face Tavares with 1 out. There's a swing and a miss on the fastball.
Good pitch right there.
It's a long fly ball that's in
there.
foul territory.
Oof, she sent it a long ways, but just foul. Olivia Vallo out there in left field had a pretty good track on that, but a little too far out, foul out of play there. Make it 0-2.
Beach stands back in. Tavares delivers that pitch a little bit high.
Yeah, trying to get her chase something on the outside there a little bit.
That one's low. That's a ball. 2-2 the count. That one's fouled back out of play. That's count remains 2-2. Beach is doing a nice job of hitting anything close and swinging it.
Yeah, putting together a nice at bat after being down 0-2. Got herself back into a little more favorable count.
There's a swing and a miss at a high pitch to record the out. 2 outs now.
From here, that looks like the rise ball out of Sophie. And I can't speak from experience, but I imagine that thing must look like a big watermelon coming at you, and it just rises up out of the way too quick and makes it a very difficult pitch to hit.
Olivia Maysink, the batter now. Takes the first pitch, swing and a miss.
Now you can see that routine of Sophie. She gets the ball, gets the sign, she's on the mound, she's ready to throw. Really starting to see her put together a rhythm now.
Another swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A little bit low to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs as well, Maysink needs to pay close attention to this next pitch. This could be the one. And she fouls it off.
Foul tip, didn't hold on to it, yeah. Just dropped it. I think if she'd have held on to it, she'd have got the strikeout there. That time she did. Foul tip right in the glove for the out.
We'll be back right after this timeout. Zoe Mcarath, the batter, to start the bottom of the 2nd inning for the Tigers.
Zoe really been swinging a hot bat as of late. I bet the on-base percentage is probably 500 or better right now.
The ball off of her foot looked fair for just a moment. But that goes as a foul because it touched her in foul territory, so that'll be recorded as the first strike.
Hope it wasn't the same leg she took the shot off of last night.
So 0-1 is the count. Another foul ball back to the screen. 0-2.
I believe Zoe may actually lead the team in hits right now, too. I would have to look at the stat sheet, but her and Emily Knight, Joelle Hood, those three are both up there in hits leading the team.
It's a ground ball, hot, right past the third baseman under a glove.
Gets by
and
the
it gets
left fielder, too. Yep, Zoe going to be in there into second base. That's going to be a single and advance on an error is going to be my guess. Left fielder was just underneath, just underneath the glove. Tigers in business. Lexi Drake at the plate for Newton Falls. That was just off the glove, off the shortstop's glove right there. Tigers in business. Runners at first and third. Lexi Drake going to be a single over the shortstop's head right there. That'll bring Danny Drake to the plate.
With nobody out, it's interesting to see how Berkshire will handle the runners at first and third if Newton Falls will send their first base runner to second, trying to draw the throw, and then, of course, allow the runner at third to come into home.
That's a pretty good prediction. Lexi Drake, pretty good speed. Yep, there she goes. Good call. Danny.
That's
nice.
a beautiful bunt.
Yes, it
gets
is.
Up.
Oh, she's safe. Excellent bunt. Just a fantastic bunt there by Danny Drake. And she's going to advance to second base. She's going to be safe there as well. And the Tigers are going to get another run. Berkshire kind of throwing the ball around a little bit. That ball goes all the way out on the. We're going to have is Danny Drake going to score off a sacrifice bunt all the way around. Berkshire got themselves in trouble there a little bit, throwing the ball around and a couple miscues. And there you go. Tigers jump on them quick, 3-0.
Well, the bases are clear. Number 22, Ashley Harvey, comes to the plate. She'll represent the seventh batter for the Tigers, playing catcher tonight. Looks out at Leggett's first pitch. It's a little bit low and inside for a ball.
For that last play, it would have to be something that I would need a little help on the stat sheet. Sacrifice that went for a single and then advanced and advanced and advanced, maybe?
I would think that was a fielder's choice.
Okay.
That ball comes inside. She scoots out of the way. Makes that face like, oh, yeah. I almost died just now.
That was hot.
Makes the count 2-0. Delivery from Leggett for Berkshire. Comes in, and it's a high fly ball that gets just over the shortstop's head into center field. Center fielder picks it up, brings it back into the infield, and it's a good solid single.
Yeah.
For Ashley Harvey.
Another runner on base and still nobody out. You know, Ashley's been putting good contact on the ball as of late. And, you know, she hit a couple last night that were way down there deep in the left field line. You know, I think one got caught, maybe one went foul. But she's been putting the barrel on the ball a lot better here.
With nobody out, the Tigers substitute run for Ashley Harvey. And they put in Murphy at first base. And that pays off well with a pass ball. She makes it to second.
Did that go as a strike? Did Manny Powell here at the plate offer at that ball? Yes, I believe so. See if she
Maddie Powell stands in.
see if she offers the bunt again. Good discipline there for Maddie Powell.
These batters need to be careful when they square to bunt. A lot of times they'll move that back foot toward the plate, and if they get out of the box and they're on the plate when they make contact with the ball, they are out. So they need to be careful with that. I notice a lot of girls do that. Boys baseball does that a lot too.
I always hear Coach K say a lot of times, keep your hands above the ball.
There's a little pop-up halfway down the third baseline, but watching for the bunt. Third baseman is playing in and makes the catch.
Tough
That
break
records the first out of the inning. Tigers are still up by 3, and they have a runner at second base as number 3, Olivia Vallow.
Tough break there for Maddie Powell.
Comes in to bat. She squares the bunt, shoots it down the third baseline, foul, where it rolls into the on-deck circle. She picks up her bat, and she'll go at it again with an 0-1 count.
See if Olivia gets that signal to bunt again. She's been a fantastic bunter, trying to get that runner over to third base right now.
Ball goes in about the same place down the third baseline, foul.
Guess I jinxed
Now
it.
there's 2 strikes. And with that ball rolling to the outfield, nobody gets excited. And runner at second kind of looks to the coach and goes, hey, should I run or not run, or what do I do? And there's no communication there. So with an 0-2 count, Vallow stands in, and she swings and misses. She swings and fouls it back to the screen.
I'm going to look for Olivia to see quite a few pitches here. Usually very disciplined at the plate. Get herself back into a hitter's count.
Berkshire Leggett's 0-2 delivery comes in, and it's a little bit high.
There you go.
So that's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Just a little bit high. Yeah. That's hard to lay off something that close.
Yes, it is. Got to
2
look
balls,
good.
2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss at another high pitch.
That'll bring
2
up the
outs
top
now.
of the order.
2 outs now with that runner still at second. They hate to strand her there.
Yeah, that'll bring the leadoff hitter for the Tigers, Chloe Butler, up to plate. Hit a little soft pop-up last time, I believe.
It's another soft pop-up, and that one
triangle of death. Oh, there you
falls
go.
Into.
That's going to score. That's going to score another run right there. Get all 3 of those players coming together and miscommunication happens. How many times do we see that? You're watching highlights on TV and things like that. 3 people coming together. Somebody got to call the ball, and next thing you know, it hits the ground. Joelle Hood up to bat for the Tigers. Hot grounder to shortstop for the fielder's choice. Tigers get 4 in the inning.
Well, the Tigers get 1 more, making it 4.
Making 4.
And we'll be back after this half-inning break.
We have the number 9 hitter up for Berkshire. Romano shows the bunt and right in front of the plate. Fielded by Ashley Harvey, and she is safe. Yeah, I think the throw might have had to pull her up off the bag just a tiny bit. And this laid down a gem of a bunt right there in front of the plate and just barely beat it out. Badgers in business here with one runner on. You see it on the replay there. Yeah, that foot might have just barely. Yeah, she might have outrun it. Good hustle down the line there for Romano. Brings up the top of the order for the Badgers. Berman bunts again, right back to the pitcher. Over to first base for the easy put up. Going to be a sacrifice bunt right back to the pitcher. I think Sophie might have had an opportunity there to get the lead runner, but play the safe play and get the out. Trisket up to bat for the Badgers. Looks at a high ball, maybe on the outside a little bit. 1-0 in the count. Badgers in business here with a runner on second base. And there's a little pop-up, maybe foul territory. Yep, it's going to be fouled just out of reach from Chloe Butler there, and as well as Zoe Mcarath there down the left field line. Going to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trisket still has life. Another high ball, make it a 2-1 on the count. Just get down, work the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Now it goes the strikeout for Tavarich.
Number 18 comes to the plate. That's Annie Bergmeyer. Annie batting for the left side of the plate, takes the first pitch over the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, we're here in the 3rd inning already. Tavarich got 5 strikeouts so far. Swing and a miss. Tavarich ahead in the count. 0-2.
2 outs and that runner at second. The Tigers would like to strand her there. Leggett swings on deck. And there's strike 3, so the on-deck batter will come back.
Strikeout number 6 for Tavarich.
Emily Knight comes to the plate to start the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Tigers. The first pitch is high and outside for a ball. Second pitch is in about the same place. Makes the counts 2 balls, no strikes.
I would imagine the word is out about Emily Knight. If you were here last night, she hit a ball almost over the street, so I imagine Badger knows her quite well.
There's another one that goes in that same direction, but nowhere near as deep. Left fielder barely moves, makes the catch, and records the first out of the half inning.
Emily seemed to like that area of the field lately.
That brings to the plate number 7, Zoe Mcarath. Zoe stands in, batting right-handed. Liggett spends a little time going over signs on her wrist. Finally picks a pitch, goes with it, and it's hit straight up the middle into shallow center field where the second baseman goes out and gets it. So 1 pitch and 1 more out. That brings Lexi Drake to the plate with 2 outs, nobody on. Looks to third for a quick sign from the coach who says, hit the ball.
Yep, swing away.
Berkshire's pitcher winds up and delivers. And that first pitch is fouled back over the backstop. Berkshire's 0-1 delivery is low, and it's a 1-hopper back to the pitcher. Leggett throws it over to first for the easy out, and that retires the side, and we'll be back right after this.
Berkshire will bring their pitcher up to plate here, Leckett, to start the top of the 4th inning. I believe she is 1 for 1 already on the day. Make the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. The ball's going to be a little high on the outside, 2-1. Look for both teams to start making a little noise in the dugouts here as we're starting to get into some of the later innings. There's a foul tip right there. Going to make it 2-2 in the count. Foul tip into the glove. That's going to go as a strikeout. Foul tip into the glove for out number 1. Newton Falls team got 7 seniors out there right now, and I think I certainly know I had every one of them in class. I probably should start double checking where everybody's going to school. That first pitch is going to be fouled out of play. I probably should get an update from Sophia. I think the plan was to attend Geneva College. You have Emily Knight there at second base. I think I heard Ohio U for her. Zoe Mcarath going to The Ohio State, actually going into agricultural business. fascinating field. Second pitch going to be fouled out of play, going to make an 0-2 in the count. I believe Joelle Hood, going to Kent State, has interest in being a teacher. Going to continue to be a teacher's aide. She currently is a TCTC for that field as well. Maddie Powell, I think I heard YSU going into the business field herself. And then Lexi Drake out there in center field going to the Ohio State as well. Foul tip back again, making it count 1 and 2. At left field there you have Olivia Vallo also going to the Ohio State. I believe both of those young ladies going into the business field as well. So all of our Tigers moving on to bigger and better things after this senior season. I think that ball might have grazed the bat for a foul tip. Still going to be 1 and 2. The ball right back up the middle. And Lexi Drake over there to cut it off real quick. Going to get that ball back in quickly. Going to hold her to a single. Just barely out of the reach of Chloe Butler there at shortstop. Just right up the middle. Past it. Well-placed ball. And the Badgers here are in business with 1 out, 1 on. And they'll bring Newmore up to plate. I believe Newmore is 0 for 1 on the day. So Tavarich is in looking for the sign. She's going to look at a strike right there. A little high, a little on the outside. Good strike, good first pitch. A little communication between the pitcher and the catcher going on there. Another ball high on the outside for a ball. Makes it 1-1 on a count. Zoe Mcarath playing in kind of short there at third base with the runner at first. There's a pop fly. It's going to go to center field. That's right at Lexi Drake. Lexi Drake's going to get the put out there for out number 2 for the Tigers. That's going to hold the runner to first base. Ball quickly back into play. There's a put out, 2 down in the top of the 4th inning here. This will bring Beach to the plate. Number 14 for Berkshire. Strike pitch for Sophie on the outside. A way to get ahead real quick here. 1-1 in the count. It'll be low on the outside. 1-1. Now the winner of today's game will actually travel to Pymatuming Valley, I believe. Because Pymatuming Valley is it took a bye and has a higher seed. Strike on the outside there for Tavarich, going to make the count 1 and 2. And there's a swing and a miss for a strikeout. That'll end the inning for the Tigers. Tigers coming up to bat. Bottom of 4. Score 4-0.
Starting off the bottom of the fourth inning, Danny Drake comes to the plate. Cam Liggett for Berkshire remains on the mound. Delivers her first pitch. And that's a foul tip that goes back into the glove for strike one. Ashley Harvey stretching out, taking a few practice swings on deck, hoping that Danny Drake gets on before, takes that next pitch. She holds off, wanted to swing and just held off at the last moment. Brings the count to 2-1. That one comes over the inside corner of the plate for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on, Danny. Here we go, 2-7. Here you go, Danny. Come on, Danny. Here we go, Danny.
For a called strike 3 for the first out of the half inning. Tom, I don't know if you can, in the booth there, you can get a shot of, from the sky camera there, of the ticket taker over in the field between the parking lot and the field here. But as this is a playoff game, the Ohio High School Athletic Association requires that tickets be sold for playoff games, and that's exactly what's happening behind us. It just looks kind of silly to have that one guy sitting there with just a 4-foot gate and hundreds of yards around him, a wide open space. Harvey swung and missed at the first pitch and thought better of the second. That makes it 1-1.
Those are our other ticket takers there in the outfield. Our ticket takers and no parking signs.
Now, the host school doesn't get any of that money. That all goes to the state. But they are allowed to charge for parking and concessions, of which there are none. So, can't even get a good hot dog tonight. Actually, the concession stand in the community center park is open, and all the Little League baseball and softball games are going on down there. Those start at 6 o'clock, and those hot dogs are delicious.
Production crew has great pizza.
Did they make it themselves?
Well, being as how this is a state playoff game, I don't know if we're allowed to announce a business name. But I will not tell you that Wedgwood Pizza gave us the pizza.
Yeah, no, don't say Wedgwood Pizza gave us the pizza. That would be wrong. There's the 1-2 delivery to Harvey, who fouls it back and stays alive. Count remains 1-2. Cam Liggett spends a lot of time staring at that wristband. More of a forearm band. It's pretty big. That one in the dirt. I bet that's what it says on that forearm band. Throw this one in the dirt. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was I brought up earlier that a lot of the talk about going to a shot clock to limit the amount of time that the pitcher has, which doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of time that takes place to begin with, but. And if you watched any of the Olympics, there was a shot clock behind behind the batter.
Those are international rules, and they've been doing that for a couple of seasons. The full count pitch. And Harvey smacks it out of play down the third base side. Could hit that lone ticket taker. That'd be something.
Actually seeing quite a few pitches here in this at-bat.
It's nice for a catcher to bat with less than 2 outs. There's another foul ball over the screen because they have to come back in and get that equipment on, and then that's always rushed, and then they're out of breath, and everything's just all chaos if they make the third out of the inning. So it's nice that there is only 1 out. If she gets on base, they can sub for her, or she can stay out there and not worry about it. She stands back in, awaiting the Berkshire pitcher's next offering. On the payoff pitch, full count. It's inside, but not far enough inside according to the umpire. Well, that ends up being the third called strike. Harvey disagreed. You could tell the body language was saying no, it wasn't. She comes back into the dugout shaking her head. Still smiling, though. It's easy to smile with a 4-run lead this late in the game. There's a line shot just over the pitcher's head, bobbled by the second baseman. Gives her clear sailing all the way to first base. That was Maddie Powell at the plate. She's the left fielder. That brings the right fielder up in the form of Olivia Vallow. She plays around with the Velcro on those batting gloves, takes a practice swing and stands in. That pitch low in the dirt for ball 1. There's the next pitch. And that's a high fly ball, foul territory. Nobody can get to it, so it's just a simple strike. She gets behind in the count 0-2. And now comes the battle. As anything close, she needs to make contact and foul off if it's not perfect. With 2 outs, that runner still at first, looking to advance. There's a nice shot down to the shortstop. Chooses to throw to the first baseman. A little offline, but first baseman scoops it up out of the dirt and makes the third out of the inning. After 4 full innings of play, the score is 4-0. Newton Falls ahead. Maysink, the batter for Berkshire. She stands in. Tavarich's first pitch is a called strike. Just got an email during that half-inning break from maxpreps.com. They keep track of all the high school and college sports statistics. It's a foul ball over the backstop. After the heartbreaking loss last night, Newton Falls, who was 45th in the state in Ohio Division III, dropped a few. As their overall record for the season went to 12-4, they became the 51st place team in the state of Ohio. And out of 169 teams, that's pretty impressive. That ball makes the count 2-2. Masink stands back in, ready. Tavares shakes off a pitch, says yes to one, then no to one, then yes to another one. I have no idea what's going on out there. But she knows, because that ball comes in a little bit high, but looking like a strike, swing and a miss under it. And that's the first out of the half. Tavares now taps on her own chest and waves off Harvey, saying, hey, that was my fault. Sorry, goofed up the count. That ball in the same place to Romano. It's called a ball as she holds off swinging. Time called as Tavares is having a hard time falling in that hole out there. This late in the season, it's a pretty common thing for the pitcher's mound to become a real problem. Now the very professional grounds crew will come out, try and find a rake. The umpire in his steel-toed umpire shoes, doing a nice job of moving some dirt around. That spot where the pitcher lands, there's always a big divot out there because every pitcher lands in about the same spot. Umpire says, hey, rake? We don't need no stinking rakes. He fills in that hole, tamps it down with that heavy shoe. Tom, if you can get a close-up shot of the umpire's feet, you can see the steel plate that's coated in rubber that lays over the top of the foot, protecting the umpire from a very painful foul ball hitting the top of that foot. The 1-0 delivery is also a ball. 2-0 the count. There's a swing and a miss. 2-1. Romano steps out, swings once, steps back in, ready
there
to
you
go.
Eric.
There's the shot of that. You can see that real heavy overlay, as there's another swing and a miss for a strike. You can see that overlay that protects the, I don't remember, in health class, we had to know how many bones were in the foot. I believe there were 7,642, if I remember right. That could be off a little. Speaking of off a little, there's a shot right up the middle, rounder all the way to center field. Quick throw back into the shortstop at second, holds the runner at first. And Berkshire is aboard in the top of the fifth inning. With one out, they have their first runner at first. Sierra Berman steps to the plate, takes a pitch above the eyes and swings hard at that. But it's out of reach, so that's one strike. The 0-1 delivery from Tavares is in the dirt, 1-1. It's a high fly ball. Second baseman moves 2 steps to her right and makes the catch. Holding the runner at first and recording the second out as number 7 comes to the plate for Berkshire. It's Maddie Triscutt. Maddie looks to Tavares. There's the first pitch. Comes in at the knees, called strike. Newton Falls has done a nice job of holding that runner at first base. There's a foul ball back to the screen. Makes the count 0-2. A little less intensity when you're ahead that far in the count with 2 outs and an 0-2 count. Tavares can look in. And there's a shot to left center field that rolls all the way to the fence. That will be a close play at the plate as the throw comes in, and it's out in time. to record the third out as Romano was caught sliding into home. Ashley Harvey played that position perfectly. Then you can watch the replay. Excellent job. And the bottom of the 5th inning. The score is Newton Falls 4 and the Badgers 0. We'll be back after this timeout.
Nothing. You said something. I said man. Man.
Yeah. Nice day.
Oh, man.
I love a nice day. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Chloe Butler swings and misses at that first pitch to lead off the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th inning. That 0-1 count. There's a ground ball, gets past the third baseman all the way to the left fielder, scoops it up, fires into second base to hold the runner at first. Butler's aboard with nobody out. Nice form, good swing. We'll watch for a bunt here. She shows. No, hard hit, foul. Joelle Hood fouls the first pitch off, trying to move that runner around. Leggett's still on the mound for Berkshire, delivers the 0-1 pitch, and it's popped up, and the English on that hit was so severe that she could have not done anything with that and just let it go foul. It would have crossed the line and been a foul ball. Instead, she scoops it up. A little adrenaline will do that, and has nowhere to throw it as everybody's safe at first and second. That brings Emily Knight to the plate. Emily, the second baseman, takes that first pitch and fouls it into her own leg for a foul ball on an 0-1 count. Put at first base, ready to run. Knight swings. It's a long fly ball to deep left field and way over the fence. 2 hops into the parking lot. And that's a home run, bringing in 2 more insurance runs for the Tigers. She's met at the plate by a host of Tigers who all want to get a piece of that helmet. Smack her into next week. Would you say that was further than last night's?
I think so.
That was 2 hops to a.
That was 2 hops to the street, that's for sure.
Yeah, to a pickup truck over there. And that, I can't tell if those vehicles are parked on the opposite side of the road or
They
not.
are
I think
on the
they are.
opposite
Yeah,
side of the road, yes.
That's a long ball. The fence is 190 feet, so. There's another long fly ball that goes to right field, and it hits the fence.
Just missed
and
back to
she's
back
in with
there.
a stand-up double, and she's safe.
The Tiger hitters, you give them a couple of bats against the same pitcher, they're going to eventually start putting the bat on the ball.
That was Zoe Mcarath. Now Lexi Drake comes up. Lexi's another one that's always a threat.
Tigers in business, 1 on, no outs. Still.
There's a foul ball over the first base dugout up onto the roof of the concession stands and the football field. It's an 0-1 count. It's a full-time job chasing foul balls at these games. There's a ground ball up the middle. Drake hits that one hard. The center fielder throws it all the way home, and she slides under the tag. And
yeah,
number
Drake's still
7,
running.
Zoe Mcarath, is safe at the plate, and Lexi Drake is into second standing.
Yeah, just underneath the tag there at the plate. Zoe Mcarath, good slide. Way to get underneath the tag there. Good relay by Berkshire as well.
Yeah, that throw was perfect. Everything was perfect, including the slide, so.
Can bring Danny Drake to the plate.
Drake shows bunt, tips it off, has a foul. Trying to move Lexi Drake from second to third. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Tigers. Cam Leggett checks her forearm game plan and throws a perfect pitch for a bunt that is thrown down to first base by the third baseman, but that gets the runner, Lexi Drake, to third.
Excellent sacrifice
and that brings
bunt there.
Ashley Harvey to the plate.
Perfect sacrifice bunt there by Danny Drake. Get the runner over third. Things happen. You get that runner to third, 2 outs, pass ball, little things like that. Get another run in.
So with 1 out, Harvey stands in wearing number 22, batting right-handed, takes the first pitch from Leggett, swing and a miss for a strike. Drake at third really would like to just cross the plate and add to the lead for the Tigers. Second offering is a ground ball down the third baseline. That goes foul. And comes close to taking out the coach. Harvey's father wisely coaches first base, where he's out of the line of fire. The 0-2 delivery from Leggett was fouled off. That goes to about the 20-yard line on the football field next door. Cersei, the catcher for Berkshire, is doing a nice job behind the plate. Keeping the balls in front of her, even the ones in the dirt. And Harvey skies a ball to left center field. It falls in, 1 hops to the fence and allows Drake at third base to score. And that was a very, very, very long single. The umpire apparently knowing as much as the coach is here, and he knows that they're going to pinch run for his catcher for the Tigers. And of course he takes care of the catcher because the catcher takes care of him. Nothing gets past the catcher and hits the umpire. That's the rule. Now batting number 1, Maddie Powell. And she shows bunt, fouls it off back to the backstop. Maddie's been in this position a couple times tonight where she needs to lay down a really good bunt to move the runner. And last time she got in the hole pretty quick, 0-2. She's 0-1 now. Leggett's 0-1 delivery comes. It was high, it's a ball. The throw offline. The slide was unnecessary as it came about, but perfectly executed. Because that throw was on the third base side of second, there was no chance to get the runner. That moves the runner into scoring position. The count 1-1. See if she'll continue the tack of bunting here. And she swings hard in a ground ball to third base. That quick throw over to first gets her out, fails to move the runner to third. So now there's 2 outs with a runner at second base. Coming to the plate now for the Newton Falls Tigers is Olivia Vallow. Olivia doing a great job in right field tonight for the Tigers. Would like to add to her statistics here. The ground ball that goes right back to the pitcher. Easy toss over to first base to record that third out. And at the end of 5 full innings, the Tigers have 8 runs. Berkshire has 0. Tavarich's first pitch is over the outside corner. That's a called strike. Annie Bergmeyer, the batter, stands in, waiting on the 0-1 pitch from Tavarich. Comes in hard, fast, but low. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a long fly ball that goes into shallow left field. 1 hops to the left fielder. He scoops it up and fires into second base to hold the runner at first with a long single. Cam Leggett. Cam Leggett is the next batter for Berkshire. She is also the pitcher of record. She'll stand in. Wearing number 11. With the runner at first. First pitch comes in low, ball 1. Next pitch is a little bit high, ball 2. Tavarich having a hard time. That hole has opened up again in the landing spot there on the pitcher's mound. Just a couple feet in front of the rubber, you can see where the pitcher's left foot will land. That was a hard hit ball that nearly takes out the on-deck batter for Berkshire. That goes foul.
He's looking.
Just in front of that, you can see about 3 feet in front of the rubber. You can see the drag mark where the toe goes. And it's in the exact same spot every single time. You can see the landing part is where they're having the problem. The trench that she digs with her right toe, that's not a problem. It's the landing foot. So good camera work there, guys. That's a big help to let folks at home see exactly what we're talking about. You can't even see that from here. In the dugouts, you're looking at level. You don't see the hole. That last batter was a strikeout for Berkshire. That's 1 out. Still a runner at first. Thane Astute, the batter now, a sub for Berkshire. One hops it back to the pitcher who misses it, and it rolls all the way to the center field, who scoops it up, fires it back in to hold the runner at second. So with 1 out, Berkshire threatening to score with, once again, runners in scoring position at second and another runner at first. So with 1 out, these veteran umpires will signal one another with that hand over the heart, and that left hand over the heart and the right arm out to show a 1, with one finger extended, showing that the infield fly rule possibility is in play. That just reminds each other to watch for it and be ready to call it. So a pop-up that can be caught with normal effort by any infielder that's in fair territory, that is an infield fly, as long as there are runners at first and second, or first, second, and third, with fewer than 2 outs. And that's the situation we're in now with runners at first and second. We can really see the trench that her foot digs out there. There's a 1 hop that comes back. It's a little bit hard to handle because it caught her on some skin. And some good sportsmanship as Newmore notices that the Tigers catcher is hurt. She asks about her well-being. Are you okay? Ashley says yes, even though she's obviously not. And the umpire checks on her. He'll give Harvey plenty of time to recover from that. Coach starts to come over to check on her. Harvey waves off the coach, says, get back in your hole over there. Newmore steps back in to face Tavarich with the 2-1 count. Harvey's good to go. Catches that one clean. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 1 out, runners at first and second. That last pass ball, the runner at second was halfway to third before she was sent back. There's a foul ball. Catches the umpire. Once again, I'm thrilled to have this very expensive, heavy-duty fence separating me from all the danger of being hit by anything. I need this fence around me all the time, not just at the game. The 2-2 offering is fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Again, Newmore really wanting to get rid of that 0 that the Berkshire Badgers have recorded on the scoreboard. She's going to swing hard. And there is a fly ball that goes to first. It's caught. It's a line drive. And then stepped on first for the double play. And that ends all the hopes and dreams of Berkshire coming back. Again, as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Newton Falls Tigers have 11 hits and 8 runs. Now the Berkshire Badgers have 6 hits, but can't convert any of those to anything that matters. We'll be back right after this.
Chloe Butler with a leadoff shot down the left field line there for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gets things going for the Tigers. Brings Joelle Hood up to bat.
Yeah, okay. I was panicking for a second.
Joelle Hood looks at a ball right there. I imagine Joelle, as well as she's been hitting the ball lately, she's getting a swing away sign here. There's a little pop fly foul out of bounds over the first base line. Gonna make the count 1-1. Good low. Yeah, Chloe Butler going to advance. Yep. Good throw down to second base. She's in there with a stolen base. That'll move Chloe to second base. Nobody out. Joelle Hood at the plate with a 2-1 count. Joelle looking to get that runner home, making contact with the ball here. It's going to be a single up the right-hand side. And Butler is she's gonna hold. Joelle's gonna advance to second. Tigers in business here again in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 runners on. And red hot Emily Knight up to the plate. Call her last at bat. Hit one to the street there, if I recall. Nope, they're gonna intentionally walk her to load the bases.
And that's a newer rule where they don't have to throw pitch. They used to have to throw 4 balls. And now they can just say, put her on.
I was just going to ask that, guys.
I think you're kind of picking your poison here because Zoe Mcarath last at bat was a double off the fence. So
that's true, but this is a force at any base. So I guess from a coaching standpoint, you know, you do what you can, and when you're messing around in an 8-run deficit, what do you do?
And that's going to get 1 run home. That's going to get 2 runs home with a shot down the left field, left line.
And that's the game. As the mercy rule is in effect at the bottom of the 6th inning, the Tigers score their 10th and final run of the game and win their first playoff game. So congratulations to the Lady Tigers.
Tigers will travel to Pymatuming Valley to take on the Lakers of Pymatuming this Thursday. I believe that will be a 5 o'clock game time start.
Nice job by the umpires tonight. Kept the benches from clearing in brawls. It's always a good sign. Newton Falls Tiger girls did a great job of paying attention to the coaches and doing what they're asked. The coaches did a great job of getting along with one another, not giving the umpires any trouble. I just love seeing this. The sportsmanship is fantastic.
Guys, I just want to say this is our final game for girls softball this year, as we're not doing the away tournament games. And it's been an honor and a privilege to work with all you guys. And these kids running these cameras for Newton Falls High School are just fantastic. It's been a great time.
Well, Tom, you produce a heck of a game. And Mr. Baker, it's good to share the microphone with you for this game. And to the student volunteers, congratulations. You guys have come a long way this season. The camera angles in this game much better than in the first game. And you're doing great. I see the fans in the outfield taking down posters, because they know that this is the last time these girls will play on this field for this season. Many of them seniors. Last time they'll play at all. So guys, for the whole crew, for the production of Gregory Films by Tom Gregory in the very expensive sound booth that's also mobile, the final score on 13 hits.
We call that the Equinox booth.
13 hits for the Tigers, 10 runs, 6 hits for the Berkshire Badgers, and not able to turn any of those into runs. At the end of this game, Newton Falls Tigers close out their first playoff game and their last home game, 10-0. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Eric Thompson. Have a great night.